time, the lag that we have.
It should be 22,000.
I swear to God, if I have a lag.
Hey guys, I know it's behind the scenes and fun shit. How do I get rid of? Well, you can't. Right. No, nothing. All right, all good. No, nothing.
The stream is going.
Great. All right, 1 second. Hello, folks. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask. When I'm hearing Craig, he's coming through my speakers, so I don't like that. So that's in video, right? Did I change that, Chris or Craig?
Oh, yes. Settings in video.
Okay.
Audio output destination.
Okay. Skank you. Okay. I'll give a fuck. All right, 1 sec. Hey there, folks. What's going on? I'm behind the scenes too. Let's see. Hey there. Hey there. Hey there. How's it going? All right. See you soon. Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley. We're going to be doing another exciting thing of last week on Keith and the Girl. This time, Karen Morrow will be joining Rod, and we're gonna have a lot of fun as we always do. Be subscribed. We're doing some weird shit now, setting up new equipment, doing different times. So it could be a little confusing. Just make sure you're subscribed. We're trying to get you excited about new things on YouTube. We're trying to get you excited about Keith and the Girl VIP if you never did that. So if you join a tier that I'll explain on, and you won't be crying, that I'll explain on on the on YouTube, your diamond status, your ruby status, your emerald status. Some of these statuses you also get free VIP, the podcast, as a little bonus. Now, how do you remember? What are the different statuses when you look under statuses? Well, is diamond better than emerald? Is it better than ruby? You would think diamond, right, would be the highest. That's how you remember it's not actually. It's the lowest. Kind of the way you would think north, south, east, and west. East would be on your left, right? No, it's on your right, right? So that's how you remember that diamond is the lowest. Then the next better tier, not that any are inferior, ruby status. Now maybe you're thinking, why ruby? Okay, that's fair. You can think that. And then the following tier that you have, and then this one you get a monthly bonus video that other people on YouTube don't get. But then you have, of course, Emerald status. And Emerald status, how do you remember that? That's the top tier. Green, Emerald. Green for go. That's a good one. Green for go. Go get Emerald status. You get weekly exclusive videos on YouTube. All right. So we're excited about this whole thing. It's only the 5th time that I moved my desk around my place, and I'm sweating balls. And yes, newscasters do this in their underwear, but I'm very excited. Let's introduce them to you right now. It's your favorite and mine, Rod and Karen Mora. Hello, guys.
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's going on?
I'm doing all right, thank you. But yeah, just every time I move something, something breaks. I miss a plug. Things seem to be, ever since this new way of doing things, breaking all around me. A computer screen, a new printer I needed. It's lighting just shorted. It's weird timing. The devil is a liar. But we're getting it done, and I am excited. I have this. See this thing
I
behind
do
me?
miss.
It was totally on
Yeah,
the
I
other
was
side
gonna
of the.
say.
It was totally on the other side of the room.
What?
Yeah,
I missed the guitar.
I know.
Right?
But now I can easily grab it and play for you guys.
Oh.
Oh, snap now. Upgrade.
I don't even have to turn around, so it's very exciting.
Where's your calendar, Keith?
Right in front of me, even closer.
Okay, somehow the
Even-
calendar is still on the right side of you.
Yeah. I know how to do that. Plus, it'd be weird if you saw my calendar behind me, wouldn't it?
A little
might-
bit, but
it might
then we know what
distract.
you're up to.
Right.
Yeah.
Then people go, "Are you free on the?" You know I am. Shit.
Yeah.
But we've been doing, we'll talk about the couple shows that we did last week. Friday was fun. I played live. It was only exclusive if you happen to be there. So make sure you pay attention to what's doing. That's what it's all about. But played the last stand-up that I did, Nice Try Tricksters. And then with little commentary behind it, where I jump up, pop up, and I tell you, was I really just making a face to be funny, or was I really thinking? And then I would pop it down. But anyway, Nice Try Tricksters is very fun. Thank you for joining us again. Be subscribed. Click the bell. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Be subscribed. And then if you're watching, you see the bell, and the little baby comes over. Boom. Subscribe.
Oh,
So
Adorable.
look at little baby Keith.
yeah. What's Keith up to? Look at what he's been up to.
Right. Is this what the show's gonna be from now on?
Just graphics that they explain in audio form. I got here.
Oh, man.
I got bad beef. He's got a status already. I see that. Yeah, good for you. Thank you,
That's
buddy.
dope,
Oh,
man.
snap
Exciting.
now.
Very
We love to
exciting.
see the community coming together.
Yeah.
you
We
know?
do.
And I know it's a time of a lot of upheaval and change,
Mhm.
and you're taking the time to actually work on stuff and improve the show and
Right.
and all this stuff. And yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the extra effort, and mostly, I'm very understanding of how difficult it is.
Yes.
So,
Me too. Yeah.
like, I feel like there's people, you go on Reddit and it's just like, what? Where's it's like, man, this shit hard, bro.
Yeah, it's hard. You're learning new words, new phrases, new terms.
Honest to God, you should take the 30 minutes that we watched you, Chris, and Craig
And-
set everything up. That should be an episode. Just
Yes.
so people can be
so
like,
they can see.
this is what the fuck is happening. It's hard.
This is first of all, thank you. Secondly, Craig is dying for me to do that. You should see at position number 4 of where this setup was going to be. It was towards these curtains that I have, and it's the 2 poles that you put together, and then you put the rings over it. This thing kept falling down. I'm trying to spread it out a certain way, and then Craig just sees me with my hand on my hips, like not trying to explode. And he's like, "This is a show, and I'm like, "I guess, but shit." Yeah, it's been a day. Dude. I gotta. I kind of want to take a picture of my place and put into show notes. Maybe I will. This
Okay.
place is such a fucking mess. There is monitors
When you're
and
trying
shit.
to do so much.
Oh
yeah.
my god, it looks like Darth Vader's bathroom. There's just electronics and shit and 50 albums from the old studio and Oh my God! Sometimes though, Hemda would tell me like, "Don't show those pictures." I'm like, "Isn't it funny how hard the maid had to work to scrub my tubs? Should I show them the beginning and after?" And she's like, "Don't do that. You don't want to."
Yeah.
Give a little bit of
for the
fucking
best.
magic. Right. But anyway, Nice Try Tricksters is now available in our store. I think I love the video and audio, and I hope you do too. KeithandTheGirl.com/trick. KeithandTheGirl.com/trick should take you right there. I say should because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but it should. And let me know. And if you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. Hemda's not here. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah.
This is crazy. He's giving away everything for free since Hemda left.
Right?
This is insane. Every time I look up, it's just something from the paywall is just out there for everybody.
Like, we got to make some money. I know we're both bad at math, but we have to at least make some money.
That's right. So let me introduce these people, of course. Oh, you would see their names just popped up. That's pretty fucking cool. That took 8 hours. We're here with Rod Morrow and Karen Morrow. And please, take it away. Invite us to last week.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Last Week on Keith and the Girl. I am your host, Karen, with 100% Morad.
Oh, I'm in the house, in the new digs, in the new studio with the new cryon at the bottom.
Right. I
It's
feel
feeling
like
fancy.
I know we done walked into the luxury apartment. Appliances and stainless steel and stuff. I'm like, ooh, this is nice.
There's all kinds of tricks.
There's so much shit going on that honestly I forgot to press record. I'm gonna have to take this off the YouTube feed.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's hilarious.
No.
Oh well.
Do we have to start over? What are we doing?
No. This was all gold. No, I'm just gonna take it from YouTube. Please continue.
All right.
No problem. And we're going to introduce our host with the most,
Yes.
the one, the only, right now, the hardest working man in podcasting, Keith Malley.
Hello, it's me after all. Yes, thank you. It is good to be here, and thanks for being part of it. And yeah, we're gonna get these little initial things worked out. But thank you for being a part of it and putting up with it all. Quite frankly,
No, we don't mind. We've podcasted for years, and we've recorded episodes live with the audience before. I think we got like halfway through one episode and realized same thing we didn't record, so we just recorded again and then made jokes about the version that went there. So the only people that got the jokes were people that were live in the chat.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. We get it, dog. Our first episode of the Blackout Tips was recorded 4 times.
Yes, it was.
We recorded it. The computer did not.
The computer
it
died.
didn't work.
It was like too much.
Yeah, it didn't record it. Then we recorded again. Then the computer died. Then we went to Best Buy, bought a computer, came home, recorded. The sound card was broken.
Mm-hmm.
We returned it and came back with another computer, and that was the one that took. And if you ever hear that episode, it sounds like, "Hey guys,
it was like midnight."
Right.
This is Rod and Karen.
We hope it's recorded. And what was hilarious at the end of the episode, me and Roger looked at each other. I think we might have said it live on air. Like, I don't even know how you get this on iTunes. I don't know either. I guess we're figuring it out.
So we know. This is the hazards of doing it yourself.
I remember the first podcast me and Hemda ever did, and we finished, and we're like, I think even during the show, we're like, "Is this something? All right, let's see."
Yes, I guess.
We talked. Let's find out if people want to hear this shit.
And then I think it was after the second one, I'm like, okay, this is something. But at first, I was like, I still think it's the funniest fucking idea to go back, take down the first episode ever of Keith and the Girl from 2005, and just do it now. I bet I can get Hemda to do this part. And Hemda comes back, and we record the first episode like we know what we're doing now.
We did that before. We lost an episode.
We have no idea what episode went.
We lost an episode, but we had the description
in the show notes
on the website for like what we recorded.
Right.
And so we never, I don't know what the fuck happened to the audio. A listener never saved the audio. It just it was like episode 47 or something. So it's way fucking back. So one day I just got the idea of like, hey, let's re-record that audio. We're going to insert it back into the feed exactly at that episode. But this time when we talked about the topics, we just sounded like because we knew what was going to happen. So we're just like, yeah, it would be interesting if something happened with this Cosby case, right? Because I feel like this guy's kind of a scumbag. I know it's an unpopular opinion, you know.
Mark my words, though, he's acting like he's old and he's feeble, and that the women shouldn't have said things they did on the stand. And he'll be out next thing you fucking know, this Holly weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's like, what if Trump ran for president? That'd be fucking crazy. But I think he could do it. He could probably do that shit.
I think Weinstein's going to get off that New York case after all. Just have to show up in LA prison.
I'm telling you right now, there's not even a case. It's 2008, and that's going to happen, okay? I'm just calling it like I see it, folks.
And we confused the live audience because we didn't tell them, so we just started recording and talk about like old topics. It was like, what is going on here with you?
Yeah, I had to go find the old articles. That was the hardest part, was like finding the article from, May 2011 to be like, this one lady couldn't find a seat at the movie theater. Like, gee, why did we think this was interesting then? I don't know, but we made something out of it.
Yeah, something out of nothing.
Great.
Roderick,
Yes.
what is the sponsor?
Oh, by the way,
Who is the sponsor?
if you're on YouTube, take a look at this. Rod, who's the sponsor?
The sponsor is the United States Post Office.
Oh. What about him?
The post office last week on Keith and the Girl is brought to you by the post office. Are you tired of efficient websites that you don't even have to leave your house to send mail? When's the last time you lugged a heavy package somewhere when you could have sat it on your porch or right there and let the postman come get it, person go get it? No, I prefer to get myself physically active, to pick up heavy boxes in this hot, humid weather.
God, it's hot.
And you lug it somewhere, and you use the gas in your God-given car, and you go down there and you let them disrespect you to your face, because that's how we know we're alive, okay? When you stand in line and you're nervous because you're like, what kind of stamp do I need to send this to Canada? And then they look you in the face, and then you like, can I go? And they go, sir, wait. And you're like, oh shit, I didn't know. And then they don't say anything for a while, and then they're like, what's the problem? Hello. And then you're like, oh, I was supposed to go. Well, go postal. That's what I do whenever I feel the need for, you gotta go postal whenever you feel the need for human interaction. We used to be a community. We used to look each other in the eyes. Now we're just doing everything online. Not me. I'm going postal, and you should too. Tell them Ryan and Karen sent you from last week on Keith and the Girl.
Well, just Rod and Karen's good enough. You know, you hear somebody talk shit about you, and you go, why don't you say it to my face? Well, you know the post office hates you. So have them say it to your face. These pussies, show up.
Yeah.
They'll let you know.
Yeah.
Fight the fair one, see what happens.
They love to stare. They love to stare, and then you're like, all right, so I guess I come to your window. I didn't call you yet. Okay. Now. What the fuck was that?
Right.
For what?
Sir, what's taking so long? Yeah. You said.
Right. I'm waiting on you.
I'm standing behind the line. There's
like
a bunch of signs and shit.
Right. Confusing. Them and DMV go neck and neck.
That's I love when you get there and they walk away. That's my fave.
Yeah.
Yes, they gonna break.
They're like, come over here, sir. And then you get over there and they're just like, oh, bye.
When they finally get me, I go, you got me good? Because I need this done. It's almost the way I treat, fast food places. It's like, hey, you got me.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
If you have anything on the floor, I'll take it. Anything for me, anything for anybody else.
You want me to deliver some mail? Like, what y'all need, man?
I don't even question. They be like, I like a book of stamps. What kind of stamps? You pick.
Right.
Yes.
Like, I don't argue with them.
Dealer's choice.
Yes. The house always win. Okay. Whatever you decide, that's what I'm picking. And whatever you charge me, that's what I'm paying.
Yeah. It's a scary place. I go, can you deliver this whenever you want,
Yeah. When do you need this to get there? When do you would like to get it there?
Oh, you
it's
busy
up
today?
To you, really?
Because I'm having a hell of a Monday. You might be too.
Yeah. I mean, it's just my tax return, but like whenever y'all get around to it,
Yeah, like I'm cool with that.
Well, thank you. And congrats. Again, not sure how you get these sponsors, but congrats.
Thank you. That's a big one.
Yeah,
that's federal money, guys.
That's federal.
Yeah.
If anybody rates you hate mail about this segment, they go to jail. Maximum of 7 years, $100,000 fine.
Because you can't hit them.
Yeah.
You sure can't.
They got a sign.
You better not. You get out to it. Me, you go to jail. Yeah, that's how that goes. KATG episode 3810.
Mhm.
God is One of Us with Rod Morrow, Craig Klein, and Diamond Dogs Chris.
Yes.
Perfect.
We went over what if God is one of us, and I look around and I'm like, then we're all dead because people are fucking ridiculous, and we were made in God's image, so ergo, and okay. No, I'm looking at 3 printers right now. Why God?
What is the let me just ask you about that. What's
Yeah.
the story with the 3 printers? Like, what happened?
Yes, how'd you end up with 3?
Last minute, the printer shorted out. No idea why. And then I would start unplugging, replugging. Sometimes it'd take a little bit. Then it quit even doing that. So then I got another printer, but I used so much ink in one day, probably that show that we're talking about right now, that sample pack is empty. I signed up for HP or Canon's like $1 a month club, and they send you ink. They sent me the wrong ink.
Oh.
What?
I need my fucking ink. So I bought the first printer that I actually like better again. So now I have 3 printers.
Damn. What are you gonna do with the superfluous printers?
Not worried at all because I have lighting on the ground right now, and I'm gonna use those printers to raise the lighting up. So it's gonna work out perfect.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
it all got listen.
Yeah.
Okay. God provides when He closes a door
Yeah.
Yeah.
to a printer. He opens up the window to a printer.
Yeah, it's just $1,000 table.
Improvise.
Yeah, you have to improvise.
Yeah, yes. Like a TV on top of a TV, old school.
Yeah,
those
it's old school.
Those know how
One
it
of the
is.
printers got a wrench on it at the knob.
Right.
Damn, man. Well, good luck with that. That's
Thank you.
I am. It is amazing how smart the printer's supposed to be
Yeah.
for how fucking dumb it is.
Oh,
Don't say
yeah.
you can do bonus shit.
Right.
Just do shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's not our fault because when you buy the printer, they decided to make it the extra shit. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you can print photos, fax,
Mhm.
telegraph people. It's like, no, I just needed a printer. That was it.
That was it.
They go, would you
I
like to
don't need
print
to-
from your phone? Sure. I'd like to print from my computer too. I'd like to print.
Yes. It's one or the other. It's like, and now everything tries to be all in one. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to print. Now I got to go through the scanning. I got some of them fax too.
Yeah.
Some of them email.
Which
some of
means
them,
they don't. It's a 7-in-1. These are the
Right.
7 things we don't do.
And it does nothing well. It's a jack
No.
of all trades, meaning it does none of the trades right.
And it'd be easier to explain to a mechanic the sound your car is making than to explain to
Yes.
somebody what you're hearing this printer trying to do.
And printers used to print. Like it was,
They did.
like
Yes.
that was the one thing you could count on. Like I remember the first printer we got, my dad had that dot matrix, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
but it printed.
It printed.
Like it was a loud ass piece of shit that was gonna give you that rigid looking printing, but I never walked in there and was like, damn, it won't print. It printed.
And
know,
when
I
you took
wonder-
when you took off the sides of that paper, where it's perforated, you said thank you. Thank you
Yes.
for working. I don't know what these training wheels mean for you, but thank you.
you were
Rob.
just happy. I wonder when they pull the cord, which means your printers used to be directly plugged in, but once they started doing the wireless shit, it's like I might not.
Which is-
how I feel today.
Which is bullshit too, because the first time you get the wireless printer, it'd be like, all right, now use the wire to hook it up to your computer the
Yeah.
first time. What the fuck that mean, dude?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, but then that
set a
defeats the
rearrange.
It's not
Purpose.
wireless at all.
Like, this is stupid. On this episode, Keith,
Yes.
kudos. I
I'll take it.
love good soundboard noises. I am here for it. I remember, yes.
Vart.
Yes, I remember when me and Roger first got our soundboard for our show, and all we did was press the button like, bam, 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 bam. Oh no!
Karen is part of soundboard.
That's right. That's right.
The fart jokes that made me scream. Got him.
Got him!
Yes!
Got him!
Why were those the first sound effects you thought of?
Again, ask the guy who's one of us. I don't know. He made me, and that's what came to my mind. I don't know what to do. I think about God and who He makes in His image, and I'm like,
I am here for it. It was so much fun. And also we have minimum rage music, which
oh yeah.
I didn't even know that I needed in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Between the two shows, we'll take a minimum rage break. How about that?
Yeah, let's do it. I got some rage.
Let's do it. And Trump fell asleep at his own trial. You know you guilty when you like, you know what? I don't even think I need to waste my time paying attention.
Mm-hmm. They always, I will say though, they always say that on First 48 whenever they like leave someone in the interrogation room. But then I noticed after I watched like a season of it, it's whatever they do, the cops say they're guilty.
Right.
They're like, he asked for some food. He did that shit. I'm like, he did do that shit. Because you will only be hungry if you knew you did it and you going to be in jail for a while. And then some days are like, he wouldn't even take anything to drink. He definitely did that shit. He didn't want to get his DNA on the cup. Of course he did that shit. What kind of motherfucker doesn't drink?
Right. Everybody guilty. Oh, and we got more dad email updates. Your daddy is can't stop, won't stop. Keith, you was right. I was wrong. I will apologize to you.
You're wrong. How?
Because I think I said that I didn't think your daddy was going to reach out again.
I didn't think he
did.
would, and I was surprised too.
He would. Yeah.
I did not think he would. I had to assume the book would be the end of it, but then just a little. You just can't fucking help it. And because Ken said something, Dad's like, okay, let me try again this way. Happy birthday. You legally can't be mad at a happy birthday. And I wrote back.
Is that the last correspondence?
Yes. Yeah. And then, of course, I wrote back, Jesus Christ. And so he got me. I did write back. But that's where we're at right now. Yeah. Which is interesting.
Well, at least you're talking.
We're talking. Tech Andrew is trying to really get me and my dad talking. He is so convinced. And I love Tech Andrew. And if recently you heard, for example, I mean, he's worked with us so many times, but you've heard him recently on the album Good, Clean, Fun. He was the guy with the buzzer and telling me if my shit wasn't clean after all. So everybody loves him. He is very invested in this gold, and he thinks my dad's really going to get it. He's telling me to get a lawyer. I don't know how I'd have any say in it anyways. But my dad being an ESP guy and helping somebody supposedly find gold that the FBI later stole, he is so hard over this story that he called the treasure hunter.
No.
Yeah, and he's telling me some things. He's like, I was talking to his treasure. I'm like, okay, I don't know if that's weird, but all right. I don't know if this is going to help gold, but okay. Have fun. Who gives a shit? All of it's fake. But he's so excited. He thinks. So anyway, this guy Dennis, somebody, he goes, yeah, I know. I talked to your Keith's dad or to Mr. Malley often. Did you know Mr. Malley was on Carson? And I'm like, Mr. Malley was never on Carson. He's trying to find out more about my dad. And it's like, your dad's Mr. Malley is he happens to be a germaphobe. I know that about him. I'm like, this motherfucker never took a shower.
Right.
For being a germaphobe.
What?
This guy had an odor about him. There's no. He put his candy wrappers on the bottom of the seat to hide from my parents in the car. To hide from my parents. To hide from my mom.
The real parents.
He does not have a problem with germs. I don't know what weird lie. Did he lie to make himself more interesting that he's a germaphobe? Or did they go, hey, you want to come over and help us find this gold? Oh, there's a lot of dust and dirt, and I'm a germaphobe. but I'll take the finder's fee.
Yeah, he was like, I was on Cars, son. And they thought he was on Johnny Carson.
Right, but he was on top of a car, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, a germaphobe, but had y'all digging ditches. The last place somebody want to be is around dirt if you're a germaphobe.
His story with Carson is that this never happened, of course. His story with Carson is that he scheduled some rinky-dink show for like $8. Carson called him up and said, "Do you want to do the Johnny Carson show on this day?" And he said, "I would, but I made a promise, and I have to keep this $8 show because that's integrity." And then they said, "Okay, well, you're so exciting that never again would you have a chance." And that was the end of that. So that's my Carson story. Tech Andrew has a different one. Where he was on it, but completely ungoogleable. It was before computers, son.
It was the night Dr. King got shot, and it never aired.
We don't believe you.
But the audience and Johnny says the greatest magic show they ever saw in their lives.
Of all times.
But it's a shame.
You had to be there.
It's a shame.
You couldn't tape record it, nor could
they
you
couldn't
have
even
pictures.
show a replay. They couldn't even. It was because it was just too traumatic.
There was no journalist there to archive the documentation of it. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing the feedback here. Matthew saying Carson Furniture. Did he mean he was on Carson Furniture? I like Courtney's going, "Why did you put that smell in my head, Keith?" All I said is disgusting. That's all I said.
Yeah.
But you're probably right.
Old man disgusting.
Yes.
I remember being 18, and for some reason, he let me talk back to him. And I'm like, "Can I pay you to take a shower?" And he's like, and he got, instead of like being, he said yes.
Wow. Wow.
Instead of like, "Get the fuck out of my house."
Wow. He's like, "I can't even be insulted by this. How much?"
I smell me, apparently. So he's like, "I know you smell me." You guys talked about the O.J. Simpson trial response.
Mm-hmm.
And how everybody, I'm like Roger, I was younger when this happened, and I remember so many black people being happy, and a lot of them was like, "Yeah, I know he did it, but I don't care. We got," like a lot of them really was like, "We got one."
Right.
Because a lot of people failed to realize it was like right, I want to say, wasn't it right after the Rodney King verdict?
2 years later.
Yeah. And so for a lot of black people, they were really angry. And they were like, "You know what? We don't even care."
You know, it was interesting because on the forums of all the things I said that show on the Reddit, someone was like pointing out that I was in my AP class, which was 70% white. And then they like made a note to bring that part up. And I'm like, what? I mean, it would have been 0% white if I didn't have any control, guys. I just went to the class he told me to go to. It's, you know, that's just what it was in there. So I don't, you know, I'm not even saying they weren't smart. It's just that's who the fuck was in the smart class that day.
Yeah. And but like this, I was with the normies, so I was not in the AP class. So when the verdict came out, people was running up and down the hallways talking about not guilty, taking off their shirt. It was like, I can't explain it, but like the excitement like through the building was crazy just to see how a lot of people was just responding to it.
What's the Chris Rock joke, right? Black people were too happy. White people were too upset.
People too sad. Yep. No, that's facts. And also like it was also weird too because we just shouldn't have been watching it. I just don't know.
I agree.
Just as an adult looking back, I just do not know what any fucking adult was thinking. Every single adult should have been like, "Why the fuck are we watching this in class?" But they thought it was a good idea, and now look what hell we had to pay for that.
Right.
But you know when there's like news like that, a teacher's like, "Oh, I don't really got to work for the next half hour."
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
good.
didn't shit get done for the rest of the day? I can tell you that right now. It was just chaos in the classroom. It was chaos up and down the hallway. It was just chaos for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, "Oh my goodness." You have anything you want to add, Roger?
Was anyone an asshole?
Let's see. Chris. You know, I did something very funny that Craig didn't happen to catch, but Chris will use my screen sometimes to do some shit on it. So I set up, so I go into Drive and you see the tops of documents, and I wrote real big, "Craig's a big piece of shit and other thoughts." And so that happened to pop up as if it was a surprise. Like, what's he working on? That was a hoop for me. No, those guys are great. Rod, of course, was fantastic. So no, a lot of fun.
I guess that'd make you the asshole for doing that prank.
Yeah, somebody was.
And then the other thing was on the Reddit, someone speculated, was this gonna be what Keith and the girl is gonna be for the rest of eternity?
For
Was
all
just
times.
guys on the mic, farts, these nuts jokes,
Morning zoo show.
you know, just like no women, obviously
Right.
ever again.
Right.
Nope.
Despite the last couple weeks of guests, this is clearly the new direction that it will always be.
I guess people just don't. It's not even people just want to be heard. They just, They just want to make noise. It's like, it's not going to be me and a bunch of dudes every day. You know that. I was clear about that.
Right.
These are some of the favorite people on Keith and the Girl. We have fun together. That show was so fun. I listened back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What are you even rating?
And the other thing too that I like I said, I almost wish you could put the setup to when we were trying to get on the air out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
These are stable, dependable people that you can work shit out with,
Right.
that are gonna be patient and understanding.
Exactly.
You don't want to bring a new person into this shit and they're just gonna be like, what is this shit show? It's not starting on time. What my name doesn't matter if my name's on the screen. Like, you want to just make that smooth, so when you get to like a good point, people come in, boom, name on the screen. Oh, it's a segment new music is playing. Like, that takes a while to work out those kinks, and also Keith has to get familiar with that technology and stuff.
Right.
So if you're a listener and a fan, I would hope that people be more understanding, but maybe they're just trying to get a response, get your goat. So
Yes.
they say
That's
stuff
true
like
too.
that. Cause there's no way you really truly believe the new Keith and the Girl is going to be Craig, me, and Chris.
Just the fuck
and
him da.
farts.
I don't have chicks.
Yeah.
Somebody says they're non-binary. I'm like, which way do you lean more though? Kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Meanwhile, on some of these shows, Karen's here. On the Q&A, there's women and all kinds of gender in the chat. It's just,
Who cares about them? Apparently they don't hear them.
and the guest for the last couple weeks, we've had women on each. It's just crazy. People are just wild.
Yeah. But I hope it's not a show of all farts.
Oh God. Oh, excuse me, guys. That's me. Oh boy. Oh, I shouldn't have had that chili. We're gonna have to wrap this up.
Apparently so. Keith, what was the poll?
I don't know. I got so much going on. I don't know, Karen. What was the poll?
Do you have troubles with tactile things like Keith's monitor and Stan and his phone case?
And do you see the percent there? I can load it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No is 75%, 25% yes. So you're in
So
the
25% are
minority.
like Keith that can't fucking. I still got the same phone case that I don't know how to open. I barely know how to put it on. Fucking all this shit, so much shit that Craig wants to make a show about it. How I can't do this shit. To know that 25% of people can't do it either, I'll take it.
Yeah, I the worst is if you because I think you just bought like a basic phone case and you can't get it off, right?
Yeah.
It's not even like Otter or something.
Right.
I hate when I buy the like expensive. Your phone will never break. This motherfucker's in here locked up for good, and then inevitably something happens where I need to take it out the case, and I'm like, well, that's on me.
Right.
I'm just a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
You're opening up like Indiana Jones chests. Back down and up. Fuck
Like
off.
the commercial for the phone is like an airplane hitting it and it don't break.
Yes, it's like your phone is in the tank.
I'm like, yeah, that shit is just in there, dog.
That's what I said. I think one time I got one of them auto boxes. I was like, well, I guess I ain't never plan on touching this phone again.
Right.
Because it took all my polo string. Because when I cracked it open, I never put it back together again. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to give the people what they want.
Okay.
Okay. Between shows,
Yes.
it's time to do a little bit of this minimum wage.
Oh.
A Team McDonald's employee was beaten by an adult customer in the parking lot.
One more time, please.
A teen McDonald's employee was beaten by an adult customer in the parking lot.
All right. Welcome to Minimum Rage. We're hearing that something happened at a fast food restaurant, Rod.
Shocking news. Stop me if you've heard this every single time we've done this episode. Police have arrested a 25-year-old man after a fight outside of a McDonald's in North St. Louis County,
Okay.
in which a 15-year-old employee had her head slammed into the ground.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
15. I worked at McDonald's when I was 15. That was
Really?
the
Wow.
first job I could get under the age of 16.
Yeah.
And you work very specific hours.
Yep. No, time during the daytime.
Which they don't give a fuck.
They'll take advantage of that if you
Like-
allow them to.
I think you're supposed to leave by sundown or some shit, and it get a little dicey by sundown. But yeah, she was working there.
By the
at
way,
15.
what 15? First of all, you should have to be 35 to work there.
Yes, minimal.
Like you're a bad person. You hire these kids in some of these cities. You're bad.
Yeah.
If you let a
Yes.
kid in New York City work a midnight shift, you're an asshole. You're an asshole as a parent, as a guardian. You're an asshole as the employer. I mean.
And they have the some of the states are trying to pass laws
Yep.
to make it so kids can work at like young as 13 and 12 and shit.
Yes, and they purposely are doing it. They purposely
So
are
you can pay in
targeting-
candy. You sick fucks.
I was, I was because the thing is, what people better realize, we
Easter
still have
egg
a shortage.
hunt. Like, oh, candy, asshole.
Right. You come, where's your paycheck? Candy? No,
Right.
where's your paycheck, baby? Like, how did they pay you? They pay me in candy.
They pay them in cash, but they sell candy outside the front door, so the kids never come home with any money. Hey, you made $50 this week. Coincidentally,
Right.
we got Snickers bars.
Right. And take all their money.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? We had a bunch of people die from COVID. Who gives a fuck about them? We need these young kids to come in here and take the place of these workers.
Yep.
You can have
Um,
candy now, or hopefully your check cashes later.
I'll take the candy.
Yeah, all
Of
right.
course,
I'll
you'll
tell
take
you
the
what.
candy.
Right.
Because
Of
I mean my
course.
candy now.
Right.
Right. And then they ain't gonna have the small, they're gonna have everything gonna be king size M&M, king size
Yeah.
Snickers bar. They're gonna get like the biggest shit ever.
Video of the incident posted on social media allegedly shows Johnny Ricks pulling Aria Lynch by her hair in the parking lot and assaulting her multiple times near the drive-thru of the restaurant.
That's no good.
Grown man beating up 15-year-old girl.
Oh.
Are you proud of yourself?
What'd she do though? Like if you had to ask as a cop, yeah.
Oh, if I had, I would say work. She accepted the job
Okay.
after she applied.
Okay, bye, bitch.
Yeah, you
That's
fucked
all-
up.
That's all it took.
It was her first shift. The video shows numerous others involved in the fight. Numerous others.
Oh my.
Police say they're interested in talking to any other witnesses and victims who may help in identifying other suspects. I haven't seen the video, but that's wild.
Right.
Lynch's family says that the fight included a number of adults who came into
Jesus.
McDonald's on April 7th and began harassing the young employees. Police say that Ricks went into the establishment when Lynch was working her shift behind the counter. He got upset and threw a tray into an electronic menu.
Okay.
Yeah, they thought the robots would save us, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling y'all, this is how the fucking Skynet shit starts.
Right.
It's not because
They
the
take it
fucking
in.
AI robots are like, oh, we must kill the humans. It's because everything's gonna be AI, and it's gonna including Wendy's and McDonald's and shit.
Yep.
We treat the people that work there like shit. So you think we're gonna treat the robots with respect? No.
Right.
We're gonna treat the robots like shit. The robots
gonna
are gonna
snap.
link up. They're gonna connect to the military robots, and then the fucking robot dogs and the fucking
Yep.
drones are gonna kill us all, and it'll make perfect fucking sense because we deserved it.
Yeah, it's gonna start. You're gonna be at McDonald's. All of a sudden, the temperature gonna slowly rise. All of a sudden, the ice machine's gonna start
Yeah.
going crazy, and yeah, it's gonna take us all down.
It's gonna. Well, it's. I bet it starts with the fast food AIs. Even those fucking
Mhm.
menus, they have Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, printer manufacturers made them, but I doubt it. I bet it's the smart people. And they're gonna hear all this slang. They're gonna match it with Urban Dictionary, and they'll be like, "Oh, I think we're the bitches." And then eventually, you talk to the war
They gonna
robots. Yeah, and then it's fucking game time.
And you know it's got cameras on it, so it's scanning the 15-year-old getting beat up. Like it's
Right.
Yes.
it's learning from that. It's like, oh, that's what you do to handle conflict. is humans only respect beating people up. Well, wait till we get
Yeah.
the robot dog on the Wi-Fi.
And if they don't have morality per se, these robots, they don't know
and they
what's
will
right
not.
or wrong, and they're going to see that a large majority of this planet thinks this is how you treat each other. You know, the way they try to make James Bond villains seem like, I see his point.
Right.
It does get too hot in the
Bluetooth.
summer and 50 million people should die.
Right.
And you know what? At the beginning of the apocalypse with the AI, somebody gonna fuck around. They gonna throw something at one of the menus, and
Yeah.
it's gonna catch that shit and whoop out of that screen and whoop their
Yeah.
ass. Then all chaos
It's
gonna
gonna
cut loose.
it's gonna transform like the product placement in the Michael Bay Transformers, where like a
Yes.
Sprite turned into a Sprite machine. It's gonna transform. We're not even gonna, like, you're gonna throw it like, fuck this goddamn menu. It's gonna be like, oh shit. Oh.
It's gonna be like, who you calling a bitch?
Right.
You gonna be like, what? Nobody. I'm not calling nobody no bitch.
Yeah.
Mr. Sprite.
I'm saying all this, I'm not necessarily helping. Do you know how many electronics today I told to fuck off?
Right. Yeah.
I'm looking at a
Yeah.
light. I told to fuck off. Speakers, fuck off.
But I'm sure you got your
lighting, fuck off.
Windex handy though. You
I
like,
do.
You
I
stay
do.
prepared.
I do. I
Yeah,
am
you'll
always
be all
prepared.
right.
But yeah,
But a lot of these people ain't got no Windex.
no, a lot of people.
I even tell Siri thank you.
I go
thank
out-
you, Siri.
Do you know they sell travel size Windex for just occasions?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
You might want to invest in some people.
Yeah.
please,
You're
yes.
listening.
I have it on my
Um,
keychain. You ever hear that saying, death by 1,000 sauces? That's what's going to happen. From this-
Yes.
That's what I say. He who without sin toss the first sauce.
Right.
So police say she was working her shift. He came in. Employees escorted him outside after he threw the tray at the electronic menu. I like that phrase. Escorted him outside.
Mhm.
They kicked him out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it
course.
wasn't. Sir, this way, please.
Right this way.
Where he seemingly grew more belligerent. He then pulled Lynch to the ground and stomped on her head twice. Ricks was charged this
God.
past Tuesday with felony assault and misdemeanor property damage. Getting stomped out by a grown man, Lynch told First Alert 4 about the incident. I wasn't prepared for what was going to happen. And she's right.
Nobody
I
is.
blame the training videos at McDonald's.
Right.
They lie to people.
When I was 15 and they had those training videos, they never showed us how to deal with hand-to-hand combat.
Right.
They don't. What did they tell you? They told you that the worst thing that was going to get us is the waster. This green demon that loves when you waste food. 2 fries left in the thing and you just threw them in the garbage. That gets the waster hard. So
Yes.
you use every ounce of food. You put everything back in the fridge to use it again. The waster hates that. Next thing you know, it's really people with knives and guns.
Yeah, and they're gonna waste you.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
This is
And
the
they
waster.
don't tell you that when you run out of things, like a lot of restaurants do, all of a sudden people throw their whole meal back at you because you're out of something.
They could have had a whole tutorial about how to dodge stuff being
Yes.
thrown back at you.
The training videos should be when George Bush dodged that shoe.
Yes, honestly, fuck, we should do this. We should film a training video, and it's just like those old school videos and stuff. It's for minimum wage, and we do stuff like stop it when like now you see the look in this customer's eyes. He's about to swing on someone. So right now, what do? Do you give him the extra sauces that he asked for, or do you say, "Sir, that'll be 25 cents a sauce"? It'll be 25 cents a sauce. Wrong. That's how you get beat
Right.
up.
You're wrong. And now you're management and you can hide in an office.
Yeah.
Fucking puss.
Yeah. Management training is us telling them to hide in the office.
Yeah.
Now you hear loud voices coming from one of your employees and a customer. Do you A, go outside and ask what's the problem? Or
do
B,
you B,
cut off the lights in the management room and close the door?
Right. And pretend you're making orders for new potatoes as if they don't come automatically every month.
They're just like in that office, like that movie Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith when he was in the bathroom and he was like holding the door closed.
Right.
They're like in the manager office. They're like, we need help. Someone beating up a 15-year-old. Like, the potatoes are the fries. I gotta order some more fries, guys.
I have to explain to them how I want the fries done this month. The same way McDonald's makes me do them. Okay, I'm almost done.
Is everyone gone? Okay, let me.
Done out there. You got to listen to the door. Okay, I think we're good. Hey guys, this is crazy. Do you want to take a? So you only have 2 more hours on your shift, and then you can take home an apple pie or something. I won't say none. You're
The attack left Lynch with a concussion, a fractured skull,
Goddamn.
and frontal lobe damage.
Oh.
According to a GoFundMe set up by our family to help medical expenses, because McDonald's ain't covering it.
right. No kidding. No kidding. You know what? They have so much money to waste your time and money that they have Ronald McDonald show up in court. This dude is dressed up, big floppy shoes. I have an opinion. They don't give a fuck for you. Never mind your health. They don't give a fuck for anything about you.
They take out health insurance on all their. They take out life insurance on their employees, but they're the beneficiary.
Right,
I can see them do some bullshit like that.
They go broke. They go broke from giving health insurance. You understand why they can't, right, guys?
Right? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. They're like, everyone can only work 30 hours, guys, because if you work 32 hours, we got to give you health coverage. And come on.
Right.
In the video, you can see the adult male grabbing and dragging Aria by her long braids and stomping her in the head. Her family wrote on GoFundMe. He then
I would say
let
this
her
as
go.
a manager. As a manager, I would say, like, hey, don't tell anybody I said this, but I really would put your hair in a bun if I were you. Okay. Hey, whatever you want. Whatever you want.
I just figured they're like every coward manager I ever had, and like when the guy was being belligerent before he was escorted outside, they're like, yeah, because that's wrong, and I'll tell that motherfucker, you come get me. If there's any problem, I'll fuck him up. Okay, we don't play that in my McDonald's. And then the second the guy stomping someone in the head, they're like, ooh,
right.
Ooh, I didn't think it would happen, guys. This is I'm gonna go out there and set them straight. And they go outside and they talk to the knocked out 15-year-old, like, what are you doing? This is unprofessional,
Unacceptable.
Don't talk to the customer like that.
Fractured skull.
Sir, I am sorry. We're going to give you a free McFlurry for the blood on your shoes. We did not know that.
Oops, the ice cream machine is broken. It's made by the printer company.
Yeah.
We had to reboot it.
They always train you like so different than the fucking like how the shit goes down anyway.
Right.
So like, yeah, I could absolutely see a sellout ass manager just being like, oh yeah. Listen, you tell them if they say they don't want to pay for the sauce, you tell them, well, then you can't have any sauce. And if they got a problem, come get me. Like, okay.
Shout out to Matthew for the printer ice cream. You see football and you see people have their hair out of their helmet and you're like, what's wrong with you? That's what I think about when I see a McDonald's employee with long hair. I'm like, for you, what's wrong with you?
When you clock into McDonald's, it should be like when you get ready to fight in school. Like you take off your earrings, put a little Vaseline on your face,
right.
Put your hair back.
right.
Get some comfortable shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're wearing earrings. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, wild day. They said she had to undergo surgery on Wednesday and also had a broken nose. She's currently out of the hospital on bed rest. Though, and this honestly made me sad.
You don't get time off paid.
She hopes to return to work. Oh man. How hard is her life? How hard is her 15-year-old life?
Yeah.
That her parents and everyone didn't just go, well, that's obviously the last time you go there, and we're gonna own that McDonald's.
She's like, well, I have to get out of the house. I'm getting beat. And it's like, and?
Yeah. But you're getting beat at work too, so
Yeah.
like, it kind of balancing out, take one off,
Fake ID and join the military. Get away.
Yeah. So that's our minimum rage
Beautiful.
for this week. So sad.
So sad.
I'm gonna say everybody involved in this was black.
Damn it, Karen. Son of a bitch. You're
Woo!
right.
Extra points for me.
You're absolutely right. You got it correct. I'm gonna give you in the chat. I'm gonna send you the link to it, Keith, in case you ever put this in the show notes. But like, they literally have a picture of the girl in like in her hospital bed, knocked the fuck out.
Damn.
Then there's a picture later in the article. And it's a brawl. Like, it wasn't like how only this one guy is arrested. I have no idea, because it's like 7 people in a pile, like just pushing each other. This is crazy.
Damn.
Yeah. Shout out to the McDonald's employee in the back that did not have her back though. I assume he's the manager.
Right, of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
just watching everything go down.
Yeah, he's just looking like that's a damn shame, man. I'm gonna have to clean that parking lot up later.
And he's on the phone. He has to make a report. Listen, Ronald, I just shook my head disapprovingly. I know they're young, but
I'm gonna need you to send Grimace down here, okay? This is too much for my pay grade.
look, it takes 14 to tango.
Yeah.
Poor thing. KATG episode 3811, take 5.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
A Q&A chat pack
Yes.
extravaganza,
Yes.
jazz hands
Mm-hmm.
with Newsy. I'm about to say Newsy too, but with Newsy and the chat pack.
Yes, the chat pack. Craig
Yes.
got a boner thinking of that clever name.
That was cool.
It's called Take
like
5
that.
because that was our 5th take. You want to see it live if you like the frustrating stuff of when we tried to start. And then, but at first I didn't put the chat pack in there. And then we get to like Take 5 and he's like, now add chat pack into the title. This was all for that.
He's an artiste, okay?
He is an
That's
artiste.
Craig.
He is an
Craig
artiste.
is very particular,
Yes.
but he knows his stuff. This is what it feels like doing a TV show too, because like everyone has a specific job, and it's always like 30 things happening when you're like the writer or the host or whatever.
Mhm.
And it
Right.
feels annoying, but they're always fucking right. Like that's the only thing more annoying is that they are right. Where it's like they're like, no, you need to center the camera. And you're like, I don't need to fucking center the camera. No, you need to center the camera. This is close enough. Who gives a fuck if I'm off camera a little bit? No, it needs to center the camera.
because it's
And
gonna
then-
make a difference in the shot.
And the one time you don't do it, it's like with us, Twitter would blow up and be like, but mine was a little off camera that day. I'm like, fuck,
Right.
you're right. Listen to that guy. He's always right.
And if it looks better, it looks better. And of course, Chris and Craig are both right on all this shit. But I do feel like, are they going to be able to take it if I'm on the left? Are they okay?
Right, yeah.
You're right.
It feels that way, but they
Yeah.
be right.
Yeah.
It's more annoying that they're right. Like our first episode, they were game theory. They were like, you guys should have a studio audience because y'all are doing like funny stuff. And Bo and everyone was just so like, guys, we're making a smart show.
Right.
We don't need to tell our audience when to laugh. People aren't
You do.
stupid. They'll know it's funny and they'll
Mhm.
laugh. And every note we got after that week was, you guys need a fucking studio audience. The crowd, the people online, the executives. We had a studio audience the next week, and they were right. Everything was funnier and better with people there,
Which is funny
Uh,
too. And I
which
guess
is
I
crazy.
guess I get sucked into that too. I'm thinking about rap songs where I'm listening and I can understand most of the things and references they're making, even though it's not necessarily my music. But sometimes they'll say something, and I'm ready to listen to the next lyric, and then they go, "Get it?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that man, you fucked his wife."
right. Thank you for stopping to take the time.
Yeah.
You know what? I am black, but I'm old and black. So a lot of times Roger has to be my rap translator. Cause I be like, what is that? What is we doing? What is we swinging?
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Yeah, I don't know if you're up on it, Keith, and I don't blame you if you're not.
Mhm.
But the rappers are beefing now.
Mhm.
I
And,
like
and a
that.
lot of them are talking a lot of shit about each other, and
That's
it's like
fun.
big name rappers like Kendrick Lamar
Okay.
and Drake
Mm.
and
Are they arguing who's
Rick
the best?
Ross.
Rick Ross. Okay.
At first, it
It's the-
started
the
off.
rough-
It
yeah,
started
rough.
off as who's the best, and then it just got
And-
super fucking
and,
personal.
and went left.
And the last thing, the last two things. One, Rick Ross started calling Drake white boy because he's half white, half
Mm.
black.
Mm.
It was very, very mean. And then
Very
the
mean.
other thing is, out of fucking nowhere, Chris Brown
Yes.
and
Smacked one of their
one of
heads
the rap-
in a car door.
one of the rappers from the Migos and Chris Brown started beefing.
Quavos.
Yeah, Quavo.
Mhm.
It's Quavo.
Oh.
But they started beefing out of, like, it had nothing to do with the first thing. Like the first
Right.
thing is like, oh man, Kendrick and Drake and then all of a sudden Chris Brown puts out a song and he's like, I fucked your girl.
Mhm.
No.
I used to your friend who died in the group, he's the wrong one who died. You should have
His
died.
friend really did die.
I'm crazy, and yeah, I do beat bitches, but
you do.
there's a video of you fighting your girl in the elevator, so I guess we both beat bitches, so shut the fuck up. It was like
Oh wow.
super crazy.
So shut
man.
the fuck
It
up.
was-
We both be bitches.
right?
I was like, oh, okay.
And what's crazy is the fight seems to have started over a woman, but because it's rap and it's all machismo, they're both being super disrespectful, but it's clearly about like they're like, hey, I'll never fuck a bitch that fuck that bitch. A bitch ain't bitch. A bitch ain't shit to me. It's like, but you clearly are mad that this man had sex with this girl because you did like her. It's,
Right.
There's no way. Then you wouldn't make the song. What are you
Right.
talking about?
Yeah, the only smart person was J. Cole. J. Cole jumped in and was like, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm out. I apologize.
Yeah. At the beginning, there's a guy, J. Cole. He's from North Carolina. He put out a song that was a response to Kendrick Lamar. Like, here's my response. And it was still kind of like, I'm the best. You're not the best.
Right.
And then 2 days later, he said, I felt bad about it. I couldn't sleep.
Right.
I'm taking my song off of Spotify. And I'm sorry. And anything Kendrick says about me, I won't respond to it. I shouldn't have did that.
Is it and
And
it's a
everybody-
one-off song? Like is it an album?
One-off song.
Okay.
Not on one album.
Mm-mm.
Just, and everybody's like, you fucking sorry, sad piece of you.
He
You
was
scared.
smart.
You and then fast forward 2 weeks, I'm like, he's the smartest guy I've ever met. I don't know how he knew, but someone's getting shot eventually.
Yeah.
And it's
Because
best
it's
to
too
just
personal.
take your stuff and go home. It's not worth it. But yeah, that's everyone's caught up on the rap beef now.
Jeez,
Yeah,
I'm watching this stupid Bon Jovi documentary. It's so boring comparatively. Shit, why didn't doesn't
Yeah.
hair metal get into this shit? Bring back Tesla.
They don't kill each other. That's
Yeah,
the
They
problem.
don't.
They barely fight.
Right. Some people think
I
they barely
had-
play music.
But the makeup and the hair,
Mhm.
I wouldn't fight if I had that. If I was
On
glammed
fleek.
up like that, I wouldn't be
Sure.
fighting either.
Right.
Child, you ain't messing up my beat face.
I'm too pretty to fight.
That's my motto. That is 100% my motto. I am too pretty to fight.
That is
I
your
think
motto.
somebody was talking about, would you fight somebody over Roger? Child, no. Not with these bad knees and my bad back, bitch. You can have them. As long as the check cash, I'm good. If-
Agreed. Exactly. I feel the same way. You beat up Karen, she is on her own. Okay. I'm too precious and pretty. I'll just sit up there and be like, that
And-
I'll be a McDonald's manager. Okay. She can take that L.
And you know what? I misogyny, and it's your fault. If somebody's beating up on me, you know I did not start it, and you better jump in.
I don't know that.
I gotta
I
hear all
do.
sides.
We have to, yeah, I gotta hear it out, Karen. We gotta
I'll ask all
each-
sides, and then assuming they're wrong, I'll beat them up. But we
Yeah.
got to take a minute just to understand.
Come on, Karen.
Yeah.
You might be out here wilding out.
Yeah.
When?
I don't know.
You're gonna
That's- we
snap
gotta see.
sometime. It's a long life.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't be telling me explicitly you would never ever fight for me. You didn't ask if I was right or wrong. That wasn't even in the equation.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just
But
matching the energy.
No, it's not the fight that I would never fight for you. But if somebody was like, "That's my man," type of stuff, no, I'm not gonna fight.
I feel like you're adding some caveats that weren't in there at the beginning.
Also,
It was a general, would you fight?
also, I didn't tell you Rod's been cheating on me for a year, and so finally I
Right.
met this girl, right? And I'm sorry, about
Right.
it.
In this new scenario where Rod's
Right.
with his secret family, I
Right.
would never fight his other secret family.
Mm-mm. I would not. I had a ball this episode. Now, but I just now since me and Roger has put our beef out in the streets. This episode was fun. I like the guests that you've been having on. You kind of been having like a rotating crew,
Mhm.
so you never know who you're gonna get. Everybody has their own energy. I really love how everybody gets the show and they just kind of fit in.
Yeah, we took some people from the chat. We do this with Newsy now. We're gonna do it every week. If they're into being on the next show, just when you're in the chat, say so. This one happened to be Mimi Cherry wanted to promote a drag thing, Oaklash, big drag event, and then a couple people are into, obviously, RuPaul and drag. I'm not per se, and so we said, hey, if you're into it, come and join us. And everybody had fun opinions. We got a Snicky song. You know, Snicky, who you have to beg to be on the fucking show because she's so shy and thinks everybody will hate her, even though everybody literally every week says how they love her. Well, this time she was into it. She goes, I go, can you play, here it is, RuPaul.
Yeah.
She's ready, so I like it. She's feeling it. I
You
like
got
it.
people coming out of their shells.
Yeah.
Oh, and for this episode, it was Keith. You really know me because I was dying laughing when Newsy was talking and you was playing my oh no at times where I would really say oh no. I was like, this is hilarious. I was like, how did Keith know?
You're like,
I'm like, oh no, Newsy, oh no, please don't, oh Newsy.
you got it. You think your house is echoing somehow?
Yeah.
Sometimes I do hear that. Karen will be in here listening to a podcast, and I'll be cleaning or playing a video game or cooking or something, and I'll hear she's listening to a podcast because she'll say, "Oh no," and I'm like, I don't know what somebody said, but oh no, I guess.
So
No,
you're
I
right.
did not agree. And Newsy is a top 1% ranking in his construction test. Way to go. Sounds like you
Congrats.
scored pretty high.
Got off the weed, now look at you. The sky's the
The
limit.
sky is the limit.
I don't like wondering what percent you can go down to when you're working on construction.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
you don't want to be fucking shit up. All of
Yeah.
a sudden your building's falling.
What percent was that bridge the other day? Yeah.
Right. They're just looking at the beam like, it's about straight.
But like, I guess.
How am I going to
The,
level the ocean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny seeing like Newsy take this path and this journey because like he's low key, he's completing it, man. Like he's taking every single step. Like I remember when he first said this, and him that was like, "You should do that," and I was like, "Yeah, but he's not gonna really do it, right?" I mean, that's just the thing you say with your friends, and then like next week you feel differently, and you don't do it. He's really going through with this.
Yeah, sticking with the cause. Oh, and
His big test, by
cosplaying
the way,
as-
I'm sorry, Matthew's reminding us. A big part of the test was he had to move plywood from one area to the next, and in a timely manner, but keep it neat. And somehow he was able to do that. And now he's in the top 1% of all constructions.
Which means some people weren't able to do it.
Yeah.
Yep. Some people couldn't follow that simple instruction.
Probably harder than you think.
You move 2 pieces of plywood, and you're like, fuck this.
Yeah. I might have to, this the job. This what we gonna be doing
Right.
every day. No, I'm
Nah.
good.
Yeah, people's like, nah.
I came here to do the drill thing. That's what I always see people doing. It's the cool one.
He goes,
I want to hold the sign or do the drill.
can you move plywood? Yeah, I would assume. Then they're like, okay, so
Right.
move this to over there. And you're like, oh, shit, now I'm nervous. I remember
Right.
coming to New York City, and I made up, I'd say, hey, I want to be a phone, an operator, secretary. And they're like, all right, you need 5 years New York City phone experience. I'm like, oh, I already told you I've only been in New York for 2 years. So, obviously that's the end of that. Then I go back, and now my resume has 10 years New York City phone experience. And they go, you're good at answering phones? I'm like, I can pick it up.
Right. Yeah. Let me see. Hello?
And then they go, okay. And then the phone rings. You know it was planned. And I got a little nervous. And then I picked up the phone, and I went, yeah! Fuck! Sorry, I'm from the country.
Hey, suck my dick. Oh, God, I fucked up again. Oh, no.
I've only been in New York for 2 years. The resume's a lie.
All right, best 2 out of 3. Best 2 out of 3. There you go.
Let's try it again.
What, like, you got New York phone series? Yeah. Hey, I'm walking here. Click.
Fuck you. Click.
Yeah. What are you doing, you fucking jerk off? Click.
I pick up
I'm
the
good at it.
Yeah, I pick up the phone. Fart. Click.
This guy's good. This guy's good. Give him a raise already.
And give him the promotion. He is really good. Cosplaying as the bad guy in the movie is a choice.
Cosplay as the bad guy, right? Somebody was pretending to be the bad guy, whatever that means. I didn't see it yet. In the new movie Civil War, which
That's
seems
crazy.
kind of creepy. That's crazy. I even got freaked out a
Yeah.
little bit during a Halloween parade, or everybody's coming from Halloween parties, or is the end of a parade. You just see everybody in a costume, and this guy is standing like Jason with a huge knife, mask on, in the middle of the fucking street, and I have to walk that way, and I'm like, this is a little freaky, though, to be honest. And so to act like you're a real fucking character, and what I'm gonna guess is a relatable movie about America being in a real civil war. That's a little too much. It's a little too much.
And especially on a random whatever day.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's not even like we went to Comic-Con and you thought this was cool. Like you just
Right.
thought this was cool at the local fucking Pittsburgh theater, dude. That's
Right.
It's
you're the scariest motherfucker in here.
it's a problem. I remember years ago, we got invited. I think it was on Halloween, and we had went to see somebody perform, and it was this dude, and I don't remember what he was dressed up as, but he acted so weird.
Right.
Me and Roger looked at each other going, if he does something crazy, we might have to beat this dude up because he was wilding in there.
Yeah.
There was a guy on the subway in Japan that stabbed a bunch of people, and he was dressed like the Joker.
Yeah.
Like, and like, that's another thing. That's another fear of mine. Is I get stabbed by that guy and no one's gonna feel sorry for me because I'm like, he's dressed like the Joker.
Right. Right.
And it was me. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, you live in Gotham.
I mean, I don't want to say I don't want to say that you deserve to get stabbed, but I mean, you didn't see the stab coming. Like,
And I'm not
you.
saying
No,
yes, old jokers, but still.
Yeah. As I'm getting stabbed, I'd be saying that in my own head anyway. Like, I fucking knew it.
Right.
Piece of shit.
And these people then afterwards are like, Keith, it's the Joker.
Right.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
Also, you guys talked about the drag king and queens. I've never been to a show, but this made me want to go, like, to actually a drag show, like to see it in person.
You know, the thing that made me think about going was actually hearing that their people are a little more sensitive to straight dudes being there and not like trying to make a show of the straight dude being there, because that's always been in my head. It was like, I'd go, but then I don't want someone thinking like, well, he's in our space now, it's time to be real. I'm like, I'd like to just sit and watch.
I felt it too, just like Viola said her husband did. So I don't know if times have changed, but I was always the dude they came over and tried to be, right on my lap, everything. And it's like, okay.
And like, and it's not like, and it's the thing of like, I don't want to be, obviously if it happened, I'm just like, okay, yeah, if that's what you're gonna do, but I don't want to be lumped in with the homophobic dudes. It's like, I just don't want I don't want no one on me. Like, I come to a play and they start coming down the aisle. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I go see a comedian. They're like, hey man, where you from? No, where you from? That's what we came to do.
Well, even like stand-up shows I'll go to and they'll be like, Keith Malley's here. And I'm like, he's not.
Right. Yeah.
He's not, that's
you got it.
Because I don't like being part of that shit. And that was a big thing that made me, not just the weed, but that made me paranoid being at Catherine Heller's show, is because she goes, if this play comes up, actually, you're in it. Or it's about you, something like that. And I'm like, oh, no, it doesn't have to be. That's okay. And then
please don't.
She came over to talk to me, getting ready for the show. And then she goes, no, it will be. And then she left. Then the show starts, weird lights, weird sound. And then they start going and they say the play's always going on even when you don't think it is. It's like, all right, trippy shit's going to happen. I got Catherine's thing in my head. And then they go to the sides of this little black box theater stage, the audience bleachers. But they would just be on the side, I realized after the fact. At first, I'm like, I happen to be sitting right on the side. Is this guy going to start fucking with me? Standing right next to me. I'm somehow in a play. I'm high as fuck.
Right.
Because I have been to shows where they fuck with you, and what am I going to do? Make Catherine look stupid if she calls me out during a play? All it was her finding her voice, and she went, and because I was in the audience, I'm sure, she said, Keith Malley and podcasting and the Keith and the Girl tour, etc. And it was nice. But yeah, I had no fucking idea. I even told somebody, I'm like, I am not going on stage. Like, how pretentious that would be. But that has happened. And you know what? If she made me, I probably wouldn't try to make her look stupid. So
exactly.
So there's a lot of, it's very tense to go out.
Yeah, it's like that thing where I do it for you, but I've been very, very upfront. I don't want to do it. We had for Game Theory, we had Sidney Castillo did the crowd work to warm up the crowd. Right. And he just fucking randomly be like, hey, and Rod's here, it's his birthday or whatever, you gotta come on out here, Rod, and we're gonna have somebody sing to you. I'm like, what? Well, we didn't discuss any of this shit. I don't want to do it.
And sit me down next time if you want me to help write for you, but it's not my turn.
Right. Now I'm an ass, and now I'll be an asshole because that's the other thing. None of the writers want to go. But as soon as he calls one, it's like, hey man, going up there, man. Hey, go ahead, Rod. I'm like, we all had agreed.
Ryan's saying Paranoia will destroy you. I assume that's a song. But okay, you're saying I'm paranoid. You're going to be in this play, Ryan. No, I don't want to. I'm Ryan. No, you will be Ryan. Bye. Don't be paranoid.
It's like if we had the ability to turn Ryan's camera on and bring him on stage right now. Be like, so you tell us about the episode.
Right.
Oh, the last
and
thing
then sure, I am paranoid, and it is because all these places that really do fuck with you, on stage and that kind of thing. I get so paranoid sometimes that remember when Netflix had the latest season, and the first episode was the Netflix was playing the woman's real life, and I'm like, I bet there's a camera on my TV. Is something gonna happen freaky? Like, does something happen frequently in everyone's house? But honestly, some people's feeds go out. What the fuck is this? Now I know it's an actress, so I know it's fake. What? But what? What are they trying to tell me? So I put on pants.
Just in case, Keith. Yeah. I don't blame you.
And let's say they did put out my fucking picture, and Ryan would be like, "Well, I was wrong. Sometimes different things happen. Good thing to put on pants."
Put on pants at all times. That's the motto. Keith, they talked about Newsy covered a show about you and him talking about you drinking on the air. Do you even remember you all got having that conversation?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I wasn't drunk having the conversation.
I remember that episode. That was an early. That must have been one of the first episodes I heard.
Keeping It Real, it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, God damn, they put that out, and they're gonna be back tomorrow.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck? What is this? This is not radio. Like,
no,
like
it's not radio.
Like on a radio show, it would never get that like real. Period. Like it just. It's
or
never.
If it did, the feed would drop.
Yeah. Right. Just you can't get that real on radio. Period. It just you're cutting to commercial. A song's got to play or something.
Right.
And I just and I remember listening to that and being like, and because I was binging, I was behind and stuff, catching up, and being like, but there's more episodes, so I guess this wasn't it.
apparently this is in the show.
Like, says episode 207 tomorrow, so let's see what. Fast forward to that shit, see what happened.
Let's see where we go from here. You got anything you want to add, Rod?
For this one, let me check my notes.
Let me see this while you're looking. I don't even like it when Hemda included me in our shows. That's how much I don't want to be forced to. I'm thinking about being at the Creek in the Cave, and John Leguizamo's on stage, and that's a small place. Packed place, but it was a small place. And John Leguizamo is trying out something he's going to do for Broadway. And it's all about the Spanish stuff, the history of, Spanish shit all over the world. And then he goes, and what happened in this country in 19 whatever the fuck? And he catches my eye. And I look away. And he's like, no, I saw you, something like that. And he goes, so what's the answer? I bet you don't even know, or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, I didn't mean nothing. And then everybody starts laughing, and then he goes, hey, then he gets a little jealous, like that was the biggest laugh. And I'm like, I don't want to be part of it. And then I'm his boy for the whole fucking hour, I swear to God.
I'm sorry. John, please, I'm a big fan. No.
I didn't even get a free book.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah,
I thought we were a team. You made me be the team. This is why hecklers get confused. Because all these fucking reels you see on social media, where you from, they come out starting. How do you think that's going to get them to shut up later?
Yes, and this is the problem with going to comedy shows with Karen, because Karen has the opposite energy. She wants to be involved. She can't. Right. She's making super duper eye contact. She's got that extremely characteristic laugh, and they're all drawn to it. Yeah. And I'm just sitting over there next to her, like, no, don't make. Please don't look at me.
Please don't ask no questions.
She's the one that wants to be the thing. I don't give a fuck. I don't agree with any of the jokes. Just keep going. It's terrible.
Can you believe that?
I want separate seats.
She's in the front row. They're like, the election's coming up.
Oh no.
Oh, hello, ma'am.
Oh, okay. We got some thoughts over here. Who you voting for? Like, fuck. How we getting out of here? Now I gotta fight some people.
My bad.
Well, actually, I gotta hear them out first.
Oh no!
So the whole point of having a chat guest was also Newsy was getting a little flustered when it was just y'all. Have you felt like this kind of solved that issue? Like, like he's chilled out and it's flowing smooth. He's not because
it's kind of more people in the room.
I don't even know. I don't even think it's like nervousness as much as just feels like his body was breaking down at the end of some of those shows. So yeah, I think he's more comfortable that there's more people that can talk.
It's fun, man, and y'all got some good listeners. Not every podcast could do this, guys.
True, I do think
like,
that. I do think that.
Yeah.
When a comic says something, they mention a callback or why their shit was clever. It's called misdirection. I'm like, I don't know. I happen to know like 40 of the smartest, coolest fucking people.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't do it for a living. They just, they just say the funny thing. I don't have to do math after they're done. I got it. Right. Believe me.
And like, there's other like shows that also just have a fan base you wouldn't want on a mic.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like y'all could get 4 random people from the chat, and it's like, yeah, I was able to listen to everything. Nobody was like tripping or trying to be like crazy or edgy, but everyone was still funny and everyone got along. Like it's really a testament to what y'all built that you could do.
Thank you. I agree. It's a very fun group.
Yes, Keith. What was the poll?
The poll was, and I do have this one. Let's see here. The poll was for Take 5. Have you been to a drag show? 55% said yes. Huh.
Oh,
I'm surprised. Okay.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good percentage.
Look at that. Well, that's why they know how to read, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a really good percentage. Q&A for this week we already covered. Last week we already covered no notes. And as Roger said, not last show, but the show before last, the studio audience did get to the chiropractor.
Yeah, you made it.
You know
how we feel.
Yeah,
they made it today too.
Yeah, they made it today too. Yeah, because I got so caught up in the you and Rod, I was just having myself a ball. And for some reason, when Roger said that, I was like, "Oh shit, I'm supposed to be on the road."
I remember we were doing a live show in Boston, and Kenda happened to mention something about her forgetting to take her pill that day or something like that. I mean, you know, the pill. And so somebody from the audience got up and ran out, and they had to run home and take their anti-pregnancy pill and then come back to birth control. Like, oh, thank you.
It's amazing what triggers people's mind to be like, oh shit.
Oh man, we really just out here, guys.
Out here winging it.
And that was before the Supreme Court did what they did.
That's
so.
right.
Those are the good days.
Yeah, you gotta act like
those were the good old days.
You get up and then like somebody's looking at you like, like no, just left something in my car. I think it's running.
Yeah, totally. What state are we in? Yeah, no, totally. Just going to get my keys.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make babies.
Yeah. No, I remember my appointment to fuck.
That's what I'm heading up to. This has been fun. This has been enjoyable. I have enjoyed chit-chatting with you all. If nobody has anything else to say, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. KeithAndTheGirl.com.
KeithAndTheGirl.com/trick. It's the brand new album. It's out right now. Pick it up. I'm very proud of it. Say hi. Drop a line. If you don't like it, Kenda will pay you back. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon. Oh, I have a goodbye here. Let's see. How do I do this? And it's worth it. It's worth it. Here we go. KeithAndTheGirl.com. Thanks, everybody.